Yeah. Look out your window. Knicks fans is on your block. Y'all know the Knicks run the city. Pull them shades back. Look out your window. Look down there on the block. That's Knicks fans right there. It's about that time. It's about that time of the week where you get ready for your work week with a man that is so smooth he does not require a chaser. Your main man, the real Anthony D, and your main man, Jersey's finest, the hood representative, Uncle Freezy. Yo, party people in the place to be. What's good? It's number one Chief Rockin' Knicks Universe, your main man, Uncle Freezy. I'm joined by the man that is so smooth he does not require a chaser. Anthony D is in the building. Salute. What's good, Anthony D?
Good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning. Salute, Nick Nation. Another Sunday once again. Salute to you, my brother, Uncle Freezy. Yo. It's been a minute since last week. Where are we? Let's go.
Let's get it. Let's get
it. Let's pick it right up. And we're not starting with Pacom Daddy.
Pacom Daddy. First of all, I'm Pacom Daddy Senior. I'm Pacom Daddy Senior. Y'all watching my son out there. So I was here first.
Force.
Yeah, man.
Future Force. He looks like something.
Bro, I've been telling y'all that since November of last year.
It looks like something. He looks like something. That's for certain.
So one of these days, people gonna respect my basketball IQ a little.
One of these days,
bro. One of these days, people gonna say, you know what, that dude Uncle Freezy kind of knew what he was talking about a little bit. When I was like, yo, the Knicks need to get Ryan Dunn and Pacom Daddy and bring them up together and smother teams.
I like Ryan Dunn,
bro.
Ryan I really Dunn. Did. I thought he was. I thought the Knicks were gonna select him right there. I liked him,
bro. Can you imagine? Well, 89. I lie to you, bro. The Ryan man. If it had been Ryan Dunn and Pacom Daddy as backups to Mikal Bridges and OG Anunoby right now, wouldn't be able to score. We have a soccer score out there. The Knicks beat somebody 128-4. Like a soccer score out there, bro. You know what I'm saying? Salute to the chat. Torres is in the building. My guy Torres is in the building. Torres, keep your fingers busy, man. Make sure you be chatting in the chat, Torres. Make sure you keep them fingers busy, bro. Chef NYK is in the building. Cowboy Bob is in the building. Cowboy Bob, we was just talking about you, bro. Nick P.
For real.
He is in the building. Salute. Yeah. Absolutely. So here's the topic I want to. I ain't gonna lie to you. When Anthony D asked me about quarter after 9, quarter after 10.
Quarter after 10.
It may have been a quarter after 10. About a quarter after 10, he asked me, "Yo, what's the topic?" And I was like, he was like, "Yo, you got a topic?" I was like, "Yeah, I got one." And I had one, but I didn't know. I needed to think about it. Right. I needed to think about it because I knew what I wanted to talk about since yesterday, and I wanted to share it with Anthony D. Wasn't able to connect, but we wouldn't be able to connect verbally. But Anthony D. and I connect on that on that what you call it on that other level of thought. You know what I'm saying? So I asked Anthony D. a few moments ago what the city is like when the teams are not just good, but are on that championship level. And so here's my example. Mr. Vince, our older brother, is in the building. Salute to Mr. Vince in the building. Salute to all the members of the channel. So if the Mets beat the Dodgers in the LCS, The city of New York is guaranteed a World Series, right? If there is a Subway Series, right? If there's a Subway Series, the city of New York is guaranteed a World Series victory. It's just about where that World Series trophy goes. What borough? Does it go to the Bronx or does it go to Queens? Well, the Bronx has a lot of World Series championships. They're used to it, right? If it wasn't for the Bronx, you already know how the thing go. And so, and then when I thought about my Mets, it dawned on me, people kept telling me, "What about the Yankees?" I was like, "What about the Yankees? The Yankees are in the World Series too." So there is a sect of our family that's excited about the Yankees potentially being world champs, right? And so it's a Sunday, and I know what people are thinking. Well, the city can't be bumping, the city can't be buzzing, right? Just because, what I'm saying, the Yankees are there, right? What about the Giants and the Jets, right? What about them? What about them? They're in their normal spot for this last 5 or 6 years. They're in that rut. They're in that rut. AD, there's something to say about that. You know how franchises get in the rut, you know that. They get in the rut and they can't find their way, right? But but I have but I have a solution to your Jets and Giants problem. And it's called the New York Knicks, right? So where the Giants and the Jets are trying to find their way. I don't want to talk trash about the Giants and Jets, right? Not to offend Jets and Giants fans. I just don't want to ruin this conversation, right? Right. But 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 your New York Knicks may be able to turn this era into the feeling that we experienced in 1969 when the world champions of every sport came from New York City. Your 69-70 New York Knicks, your 1969 New York Jets, and your 1969 New York Mets, the Miracle Mets, right? AD, if right now the city is probably aglow a little bit. If you from see, but here's the thing. Here's the thing. You can't be like the transplant guy, right? Yo, you from Atlanta, you moved to the city, you know what I'm saying? You kind of know a little bit. Yeah, man, I like the Braves and the Yankees. Nah, you can't. No, no, no. You got to be like the 6-year-old that used to walk to the corner store to get the paper for your pops or your moms or something. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It got to be that. You got to know the feeling over the years. You got to have a cachet. You got to have some of the heartbreak in it. You got to have some of that. Because AD, when you go to the store, bro, when you go to the store, Papa Doc used to have on the soccer jersey, right? You go in the store, Papa Doc got the soccer jersey on, and you go in there, and he got like on a weird Yankee jersey, like he got on a Mattingly jersey. You like, oh yeah, okay, now we getting it. Now we getting it.
We're back. The evil empire, as Boston once, termed us, the New York Yankees, the preeminent force in all of sports, is back, and we're leading the way into that renaissance that you spoke about. But unlike you, because I know you're so predictable, Freezy. I knew you would have something to say about my New York Jets.
Oh, Devontae Adams.
It's number 17, baby.
Devontae Adams in the
Devontae Adams is in the mother building this morning, baby.
Bam. All right.
My Jet fans, stand up.
Jets fans. Okay.
We're about to take this for another situation, but we're not even gonna go there right now. But you see the 17. You see the 17.
So you say put the Jets in the conversation?
Of course, we're in the
the Jets are about to get in conversation.
That trifecta you spoke about in 69, 70, the Jets are there.
The Jets are there.
You know,
as a matter of fact, the Jets won first, right? They won.
Yeah.
They won in January of 69, right?
Yeah, because the Super Bowl used to be in January back then.
Yeah. January.
So they win
summer.
first. So they win first.
Yeah.
Then the Knicks.
Then the Mets. Right.
Then the Mets.
Then the Mets, and then the Knicks season starts, and then the Knicks win their championship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so that trifecta, but it's more than just a trifecta. It's like it's just all over. It's like little mini bombs all over the place. No one saw the Mets were going to be this good. No one saw that the Yankees were going to recover from their, no one saw that Stanton all of a sudden is looking like Reggie.
He out here looking like Canseco now.
He is out here without the oids. He is out here absolutely defacing the baseball.
Yes.
That man hit a shot last night, but before the shot, I'm watching the catcher, and when you up there, you're not looking at you can't look at the catcher because if they catch you peeking in, the next one's gonna go up to your face.
Up to your
Well, that was old school way of playing, right?
Right.
The catcher goes practically in the other batter's box, in the other batter's box to set up, and they thought they were gonna catch him. Like he's like his plate discipline wasn't there.
Right.
And when he didn't bite on it and they had to come back in, it's like he was just waiting there for them.
Right.
That man absolutely decapitated that shot. You can felt the whole Cleveland go.
Right.
You felt they got that Joe Frazier right up under there.
Right.
And then to seal it, you get this young man who's about to get like $800 million.
Oh, he getting paid, bro.
That one shot, he was already gonna get like 6. That one home run that Soto hit last night was probably worth like $200 million.
Yeah.
To get the Yankees to the World Series, which they haven't been in 15 years or so.
Yes, 15 years, bro.
And for those out there who hate New York and is such a disdain for New York and so forth, watch how we show you to celebrate a championship, to celebrate a team when they win a championship.
Right.
Okay? Watch how we remind you again, over and over again, how to do this.
Oh
okay? You're not gonna get your Boston slides and letting your best players get embarrassed in front of the world and so forth. No. That's not gonna happen.
Right.
Okay? It's not gonna happen. Juan Soto's not gonna have to. We're not wait until forever. No, Juan Soto's gonna get paid and paid immediately. Okay? Because that's what when we're winning, we act like we've been there before.
Bro, what Anthony Rizzo? I thought he was Anthony Rizzo was back now too. Y'all resuscitated Anthony Rizzo and Giancarlo Stanton at the same time.
Stanton is there's just no words for Stanton. There's just no words for him right now. I haven't seen anything like this since Reggie.
Bro.
He is just, you come anywhere close to that stick, that man is so strong. When he hit it, immediately the pitcher went to his knees. He went, oh. He immediately went to his knees because he knew it was going.
Right. And see, the thing about this Yankees team is one could argue it might be one of the better Yankee teams of the last 50 years. It's just during the season they had that slide where you were like, What are they doing? It's like they forgot how to remember. They were on pace to be like 100 or so win team, right? And then all of a sudden they forgot how to play baseball, and then they got right at the right time. They corrected it at the right time to save their season.
The thing is, baseball, because of its length and its 6 months, allows you that.
Right.
See, allows you that. It's when the slide happens in September, it's where it's unforgivable. See, you don't mind a July through August,
even an early season slide. Say you come out stumble out, like
stumble out the gate.
The Mets stumbled out the gate, but they proved to be a really good team.
Yes,
right?
An excellent team.
Yeah,
and I think they got some more for them with the Dodgers today. I think no one is looking at the Mets are winning today. I think the Mets are winning today.
Right.
Yeah. So but you like I was saying, you can manage that mid-season because generally you're got a pitcher or two or somebody you're thinking is going to come back. Then you got the trade deadline. You can make a trade,
maneuver.
You can maneuver and so forth. Things like that can help your season. Up until September, everything is great that you can deal with up until September.
Yeah.
Because September is like there is no going back. Like who's here is here.
I wish somebody would make a song about September. Right, just like a funk band or something, R&B band.
Yeah,
just make a song about September, just like
a 9-piece band. A 9-piece band.
Yeah. Not 9 pieces of yeah. Somebody just a good horn section, a good rhythm section. You know what I'm saying? Just something just to remind people. They'll remind you. They'll say something like, "Do you remember something about September?" Right? You know what I'm saying?
Earth, Wind, and Fire. I mean, good Lord, the catalog is so.
Yeah.
The catalog is so deep. Yeah. It's so putting. You wonder like how Maurice White and them decide to like these different pieces. How are we gonna come all together, and why do we need all these different pieces?
Yeah, man.
Because remember, that's a lot of sharing the pie.
Yeah.
But the rest of the pie is not the ones who wrote the records.
Right.
You see? So at some point in time, you're going to have a natural conflict.
Right.
Once all the music is done, everybody starts seeing when the money's coming in, and why is his car a lot bigger, and why does he have several houses and I only?
Right.
You know why? Because he wrote these records.
Basically, and he sung all the parts.
Basically,
is two singers. Basically, it's two singers. Everybody else.
But that's always where the different energies comes in, because before all of that, it was one. You were all one. You were all eating chicken wings with biscuits and so forth. You didn't know anything about that.
Right.
But once you get on and the money comes in, everything changes, and it changes forever.
There's no going back.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. There's no going back after that, bro. Yeah.
It's absolutely not. So as we're to back to the September point, there is no going back.
No.
You know what I'm saying? When you've gotten to this point, you're the Yankees, you're the Mets, you're going to be the Knicks and so forth. Look at these teams. Look at these teams, America. These teams are young, right? These teams are going to be here for a while. It's not just the name anymore. Not just the cachet of they're from the New York tri-state area.
Not hype anymore. There's no more hype. This is real.
They're going to be here smacking you in the face every as the seasons change.
Right.
You want to go to hockey? Your Rangers are right there.
The Devils are right there too.
The Devils are right there.
Right. This AD. Now that you say that, bro, this might be a real thing, bro. This might be the hotbed.
It absolutely is. The disdain from around the country and so forth from the New York and the tri-state area is gonna be full force again. The hatred is gonna be so heavy.
Right.
And be like, wow, they're winning, and they're gonna be winning a lot.
They're gonna be winning a lot.
It's gonna be they're gonna be winning and winning a lot, or in contention a lot.
Right. Right. And we've been waiting for this moment for a long time.
Long time.
And now it's here. How often is it that the Rangers, Devils, Knicks, Jets, Yankees, Mets, and Liberty
and I was just going to say, don't forget the ladies. Bro. Don't forget the ladies.
Bro.
Don't forget the ladies.
Hey, hold on. This is a little overwhelming for me, bro. I ain't even gonna hold you, bro. This is a little overwhelming for me because
the only team that's not a part of the party right now is Brooklyn.
The Giants.
Well, the Giants are the Giants. The Giants are always going to be a part of the party because they're the Giants.
Yeah, they're the Giants, man.
They're the Giants, but everybody else is a part of the party,
right?
Or their team trajectory is going in a way. Jets done ended their holdout with Hassan Reddick this morning. Why? It's like, look, how much more money you gonna lose, my guy?
Yeah.
Where are we going with this?
Yeah.
Come home.
But you know what though? I think part of that with him, and part of that with him, is that when you want to because the thing is with Hassan Reddick, it's not a deal where he was drafted by the Jets and the Jets promised him something and didn't deliver. The thing with Hassan Reddick is, unfortunately, when you're a pass rusher in these contract situations and you go from team to team, you got to start your clock, your value clock all over again, right? And so the Jets' value clock for him wasn't what he thought his value clock was. And so they're just not on the same page. But when you make a trade for Devontae Adams, both sides are like, hold on, wait a minute. What are we doing here? I'll get money, right? But I don't know how often we get this close to a Super Bowl, right? I'll get money, right? I'll get money, whether I get it on the front end, in the middle, on the back end, whatever, I'll get money, right? But the Jets need to sign to be there so that this Devontae Adams, Aaron Rodgers thing will work. Right, and so I can't speak for Hassan Reddick, but I can speak for somebody that likes to achieve goals. Sometimes you got to put your personal feelings aside and do what's best for the organization. Organization sometimes has to understand the human element. The organization operates as a business. We know it, right? We know that. But with that said, Jets fans, you can probably start to get excited by adding 2 players in 1 week, 2 Pro Bowl level players in 1 week. You can start to get excited about that. And as a Knicks fan, the party starts Tuesday in Massachusetts, right? And so it's one of those things where you can either wait until June and join the party, or you can show up at the start of the party and enjoy it all the way through when Uncle Freezy and AD put on ski goggles and start popping Krug and lighting cigars. Right.
Doing some other things.
yeah, including some other things. Hey, bro, I'm searching for gummies right now.
There will be no cellular phones on the premises.
No,
to help y'all out. Whoever's invited to that party, because absolutely we will be throwing our own party. Absolutely.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Absolutely. But to the point, Freezy's like, look at the Knicks, you know, and we made mention of this as far as these last 15 to 16 months. You know, they've gone out and literally changed the landscape of things.
Right.
We haven't seen anything, you know, any movements like this in 30 years. And even 30 years ago, those moves weren't so ha.
Right. Right.
To where, what are we talking about now? Bridges has changed his shooting motion.
Yeah, I don't care.
You see what I'm saying? That's what people are looking for. That's like the little piece of something negative, because you know why? You can't find anything else negative, because you should build your team in a way to match the ones who won it before. And they went out and went 1, 2, 3.
Right. So that's what we're talking about. This man shooting form. You know what? AD, I ain't gonna lie, bro.
I didn't know it was a thing until like this weekend. I'm like, are you guys serious? I really don't care about that.
Man, people been hitting me up. Not just Coach, because Coach hit me up too. I had to talk Coach off the ledge, but others, about 7 to 8 people asking about a backup power forward. Man, if you this is not for Coach, this is for others. Man, if y'all don't relax, y'all need to get something to relax y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? Yo, Julian Blum is in the building. Salute to Jay Mars. Jay Mars is in the building. Salute. Hey, and Jay Mars, thank you for all your contributions to the community, bro. I've been meaning to say that. So thank you for all Jay Mars. Jay Mars contributed a lot to the community behind the scenes.
Salute.
You know what I'm saying? So salute to Jay Mars. Yo, Star Relly is in the building. Salute. Yeah, man. Hey, AD, bro. AD, man. We are so straight right now. We don't need it. What do we have to worry about?
Nothing. This is the time for monotonous conversation.
Yeah.
Continue to talk about the same good things over and over and over again that you're thinking, whatever. Because what else is there to talk about?
Right.
Talk about your riches.
Right.
Talk about how good. Talk about that cat. You know what? Let's be delirious. Right. Cat's the best big in the game right now. He's on our team. Why the hell we wouldn't feel like he's the best big in the game?
The scoring bit. Karl Anthony Towns has the best scoring bag of any 7-footer in the game. Right?
There we go.
Yeah. If you're being for real, Karl Anthony Towns has the most diverse scoring bag of any 7-footer in the game. He's going to take you off the dribble. He can pull up from 3. He can get you in the post. Now, when you compare him to Joel Embiid is a foul merchant. Joel Embiid scores like Olajuwon. He gets you in a certain place away from the defense. He gets you on the island. And first of all, if you touch him, it's a foul, right? If you touch him, it's a foul. But super skilled, right? Super skilled. I don't want to say Olajuwon is I don't want to say Embiid is a better scorer than Olajuwon, but if you look at the numbers say Embiid is a better scorer than Olajuwon, right? You can't touch him, right? You can't touch. AD, you remember when Cats used to look silly guarding Olajuwon? Like he would pump fake up and under, reverse pivot, fade away, or he would hop step across the lane with a floater. And people are like, oh my God, look at his bag. But people don't remember during that time, you could not touch Olajuwon. So every little thing he did, you had to kind of go for it, because even if you didn't, you was going to get the foul called on you anyway if you touched him.
Well, I don't know if I agree to that point. Because
Olajuwon's offensive bag?
No, not his offensive bag. No, his bag gets deeper and deeper as the years go on.
As the years go on, yeah.
Right. I'm talking about the can't touch him part.
Oh,
I don't think the can't touch him part is a is that you can't touch him because the league says you can't touch him. You couldn't touch him because you just couldn't touch him.
Either way.
Like,
okay.
That man, did moves on the baseline, still hasn't been replicated today.
Right.
When you can pirouette around another human being that's standing less than inches away from you.
Right.
And they can't even foul you because you're gone already. Right?
Right.
He has you faced up. He goes this way. You bite.
Right.
He then spins around you.
Right.
What are we talking about?
Yeah.
But when we look at Cat in comparison with Cat and Embiid, look at Cat. I looked at him the other day. I was like, wow, this dude is in real good condition.
Yeah.
Early.
I
mean, he was attempting to bang it in like the preseason game 1.
Right.
When he caught Minnesota, he tried to bang it on him at least 3 different times.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, dude, this is only like preseason game 2 or 3. Like, you going like really hard. Pause. Right? You going really extra in the preseason game, which allows me to think that, you know what? You're really taking this move here seriously to New York. Right. It's not just a symbolism of that was my childhood team growing up, and the hat still fits well, and so forth. Like, he looks like he's come here to prove a point.
Right.
Because we know what the talk was about Cat before he got here, right?
Yeah.
But he's ours now.
Yeah.
So if you feel like you're the best, Cat's the best big man in the game right now.
Okay.
I'm fine with that.
I can. Yeah.
Yeah. There's only one of them that got a championship, as far as true big.
Yo, why y'all tripping on the Olajuwon thing, bro? Rel said he don't agree with the Olajuwon thing. Yo, you could, bro. I get it. We could probably look at numbers, bro. But I saw that man with my own eyes, bro. I saw those from about 88. I saw those 88 Rockets to about 95, right? So there was like an 8-year stretch where you could not touch Hakeem Olajuwon. I was there, bro. I saw it with my own eyes. And I get it.
But imagine him today, Freezy, right? Where they don't allow the hand check.
Yeah.
They don't allow nothing rough in the paint.
Nah.
Imagine you trying to stop him today. Or you trying to stop Ewing today.
Right.
Their numbers are going to be that much better. Because what? You took out the physical play.
Yeah. So on that note, I'm just gonna say if both played in today's game, if David Robinson, Shaquille O'Neal, Patrick Ewing, Alonzo Mourning, all the golden era of centers, the Mutombo, all those great centers that
rest
played
in peace,
in
the 90s, to Kimbe.
In the 90s, Pat Ewing would be the better version, would be the best center in this era. Right. And if all of them help, if the thing in 86 never happens to Pat, like if we get a prime Pat Ewing with no knee injuries and all of that stuff, compared to the other guys who basically played the majority of their career healthy, Pat Ewing is the better player. And I would even say David Robinson would probably be the second best big because of this era. Now, if we're saying overall, then we could probably rank them in a different order. Some people will take Olajuwon and Shaq over Pat and David Robinson and Zoe and Mutombo.
You just have to.
Yeah. So if you're judging them on that era, in this era, Pat Ewing with a jump shot all the way up. Bro, AD, I saw Pat Ewing take a corner 3 in Boston one year. And he just grabbed a loose ball and just set his feet, and he looked like a shooter knocking down a 3. in
Yeah,
Boston.
because he could shoot.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
That's one of the things that we didn't see that in college, but here and there, because he had a great college teams plural,
Right.
and they didn't need him to do that.
Right.
But once he got to the Knicks, all of a sudden people are like, he's shooting too much. He always had a touch.
He
He
the era of
always had a touch.
the era of the game was different. You had to stay around the rim and block shots and box out
Yeah.
and pump cutters and all these things that centers do.
Plus his hands, in comparison to all of the great centers, he has the worst hands. He has like shooter's hands. Right. Small man. He has small man hands for a big.
Right.
You know, early in Ewing's career, he had to develop the elbows out because you could come up behind him and come around and swat it.
Yeah.
He couldn't control it properly. He was having a lot of problems, and then all of a sudden you just saw him rebounding with elbows out to ward off, or rebounding higher than he used to, because you had an early Ewing. I mean, like the first 4 years.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. Well, yeah. You could rake bigs back then too. That was a thing. You could rake bigs, and that
would be the difference to me. For me, the rules, I look at it a little differently. If you didn't have those rules, those bigs would just run amok of the league.
Right.
See what I'm saying? You kind of have to rail them in a bit to let the smaller guys, be. Because if not, I mean, wings and guards. If not, the big, because for a very long time, this game was all about the big man.
Yep.
You have to kind of get some rules to veer it to make it a little even, or if not, the big man would just run amok.
Right. And the big men did run amok for a very long time. Wilt Chamberlain averaged what, 30 rebounds in a season? Like he averaged like 50 and 30.
Bananas.
It's so weird.
Just crazy. That's that's unheard of. Yeah. So you had to kind of like veer it up.
And he was a true 7-footer. Like he wasn't like 6'10" and 3/4, bro.
Yeah.
That dude was a legit 7-footer. Wilt Chamberlain is one of the dudes that never lied about his height. Every time he was asked, he was like, "Yo, I'm 7'1" and 3/4 without shoes on." That's what Wilt would say. I'm saying 7'2". I'm not saying all that. I'm not saying no 7'1" 3/4 all day. That man's 7'2", right?
Yeah. So easy.
But that man used to work out on Venice Beach with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
And that man at 7,
out benching Arnold.
And that man at 7'2" ran a 4.5 40.
What, triple jumper?
Triple jump champion.
Broad jump.
World champion volleyball player.
High jump volleyball.
Yeah, man.
Spit, spades, whatever.
It don't matter.
NASCAR, it didn't matter for Wilt.
It didn't matter for Wilt. Some dudes just have it. Some dudes
race horses
don't matter.
Yeah. He's probably the most uniquely and supremely gifted athlete this country has ever made, or maybe this world has probably ever seen.
Yeah, maybe. And the fact that he was born in our era, like we know of Wilt Chamberlain. Like we didn't see Wilt Chamberlain. I didn't see Wilt Chamberlain play at all. Right? I was an arm baby when he retired.
His numbers alone always made me curious. It was like the Paul Bunyan thing.
Yeah.
When you just hear when you used to, because for me at least, and you too, you would see Wilt on stuff like a show like The Greatest Sports Legends. Remember that?
Yeah.
With what's my beautiful woman's name? Oh my God.
You talking about Jane Kennedy?
Jane motherfucker to the max, Kennedy, baby. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh. when Jane used to have the one-on-ones and she'd be walking, they'd be like walking through the garden kind of thing. Oh my God, Jane was just stop, drop, and roll, baby.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jane Kennedy. Oh my God, she was just
Man.
gorgeous. Just
Yeah,
absolute. That was like my first crush in the world of TV.
Yeah. Yeah. Jane Kennedy, some Marilyn McCoo. Remember Marilyn McCoo, Fifth Dimension?
Marilyn McCool was fine,
But
but
she wasn't Jane Kennedy. Yeah, we got to realize. I'm just saying. I'm only adding to. I'm only.
I mean, there was a lot, in that era, in
Yeah.
that time, the Lola Falanas
Oh wow.
and like names that Cheryl Lee Ralph,
Yeah.
and there was so many just at that was just under the radar. But once you saw them, once you you just knew that was it.
Again, Anthony D in here naming these Caribbean. It's Cheryl Lee Ralph is from the Bahamas, right?
No, her family's from Jamaica.
What
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
hell?
no, Shirley Ralph, her family's from Jamaica. But there was just so many. Lord have mercy. But you took me back right there. But to the Wilt thing, once you kind of saw the numbers and stuff, you're like, wow, is that humanly possible?
Right.
That you can average 50 a game. I don't care, because I looked this up as far as the height. The people say, oh, you only played against midgets and small people or whatever. The average height when Wilt was playing was 6'5.5".
Okay.
The average height today, I think, is 6'6.5".
Right. Right.
So we're not talking about, a great deal. We're not talking like, like modern man has just outgrown the last 60 years by leaps and bounds. No. You see what I'm saying? Plus, it was Wilt that made them widen the lane.
Yeah.
So you're playing on a field that he kind of creates or recreates because of his girth and athletic ability, which is why you're playing on a wider field today.
Right. Right.
He gets a bad rap, Freezy, because he lost all those championships against Boston.
Yeah, bro, and it's not fair.
It's not, because it's a team game.
It's not fair because in the beginning it was like, was it Wilt and Hal Greer against the greatest Celtics team ever, and they're in the same conference. You know what I'm saying? One team goes to the finals. You know what I'm saying? Until
and you're playing this team, because it's not like there were 30 teams. They got like 15 teams.
15, 16 teams. Yeah.
It's 16 teams. So you're playing this one team like what? 15 times during the year?
Yeah. And then usually there are only 3 or 4 really good teams in your conference, and everybody else is trash. Yeah. So you could stat pad against the Rochester Royals, right? And then you could have your 60 points and 40 rebounds against them.
But he's doing it against everybody, because the night
I get that.
The night he drops 100 that there's no video footage of, no matter what you see on YouTube. They did not have in Hershey, Pennsylvania that night. He does it against the Knicks. He said he got a ride with like 3 or 4 of them on the way back to New York.
You remember that?
Ain't no way in hell I'm giving you a ride after you done dropped 100 on us. You crazy.
Yeah, bro.
You're crazy. You have to find another. You have to find some other means of accommodation.
Walk, no, you got that much energy. You can walk.
Can you imagine that car ride, Freezy?
No, I can't imagine.
From Philadelphia to New York. All you do, I got you.
I'm competitive. You know I can't imagine that car ride, bro. You know
I dunked on you. I dunked on you 10 times.
Yeah.
I hit you with the fadeaway. That's you gonna hear the whole ride. There's no way in hell. I got him in the car.
Bro. I can't even imagine.
No. Makes no sense. But rest in peace, Will. a mammoth. We don't. Well, we've mentioned him once or twice on this show and so forth.
And I still
You know,
believe Pat's the GOAT.
I know you do.
With all of that, I still believe Pat
I
Ewing.
know you. I know you do. And that's the true blue New York Knicks fan that you are, and
Right.
it's why you're Uncle Freezy doing this show. It
Right.
doesn't make it true, because Pat's not the GOAT, but
Yeah, we
you're
gotta.
entitled. You're entitled to your opinion.
Yeah, we gotta relax right there. Pat is the GOAT. Okay.
You gotta relax.
Right.
You gotta relax.
So here's the thing about the Knicks though. The Knicks are in that situation where the expectations are gonna be bananas all season. If the Yankees and the Mets play in a Subway Series, right? If the Jets make a deep playoff run, right? I don't know if the Jets will win a Super Bowl. I don't know.
When,
I don't.
not if.
Okay.
When.
Okay.
Devontae, baby, stop playing. Not
Whichever,
if,
however
but
it,
when.
however it happens, right? When they make their deep playoff run, say, and because think about the series of events, right? Say the Yankees win it all in October or November, whenever the World Series. Say the Yankees win it all, right? We'll celebrate until you know about January or whatever. And then say January comes and the Jets are in the AFC title game against the Chiefs or something, right? Now you're talking about, I mean, well, not they can't be in the title game. Say they're in the title game against the Lions or something. I mean, yeah, I guess, yeah, against the
Yeah,
Chiefs.
they would
Against
be
the Chiefs.
because they're AFC team. Yeah.
Right. Say say they make the Super Bowl, they're in the Super Bowl against the Lions or somebody, right? And then it just kickstarts the conversation. And then now we're waiting to see what the Knicks are going to do in June, right? And so you have this cycle of events like if
Over and over again
right, right,
of good. I can't remember the last time we've had so many of our organizations necessarily, just like I said earlier, pushing in that direction, which seems like they're trying to win.
right,
And I can't speak for Giant fans. They'd have to let me know that. I can't speak for Met fans. They'd have to let me know that. But just the overall feel, it feels like not that you should be satisfied with your team right now, but satisfied to the point of you think that they got it.
right,
They're trying to win.
right,
And we got a lot of sports towns around the country where they can't say that.
right,
Like outside of the Commanders, Washington,
right.
are they trying to win? When is the
Mm,
last time? When is the last time they were trying to win with the Wizards?
mm,
Long time. They had the Senators. They were trying to win there, but
yeah.
you
It was
understand what I'm saying? Like overall, it just so happened that they drafted well, and you made a couple of in-season maneuvers because the team was so good. So it helped you to a World Series. But overall, their sports teams management's been horrible.
yeah. Yeah.
The Redskins were when I was a kid. The Redskins were it.
Yo, they had the line what
The
the two
Hogs.
yeah, no, the two interior linemen, the Hogs were a good offensive line.
The Hogs were just like with Riggins.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think I lost every day. One of my best friends in junior high, Nicholas. Nicholas, shout out if you still with us. Used to take my money every Monday or every Tuesday because the Redskins was just that good that year, and I didn't believe in them, and I would bet my lunch money basically every damn week against the Redskins. That's how good they were
That's
in
right
that
there.
in that span in those early '80s
Yeah. Yeah.
with Deisman.
From about 81 to about 88, you couldn't really beat the Redskins, really, right? For and so and I know Giants fans are going to be like, well, what about the Giants? No, the Giants from about 84 to about 91, which is a different era, and the Bears from about 83 to about 88, the Saints from
87.
about
87. When the strike came, the Bears were done.
no 87 no 87 we were the best team in the league, and the dude from the Packers um um
Breaks,
put put
right. Breaks McMahon's
yeah put
collarbone.
yeah put him
But
out
I
there.
mean,
Yeah,
is that 87? Yeah, you probably
that's
right.
87 because we were
See,
looking
the
at
thing is, the AFC was just that bad.
well
The AFC was just because the teams that you're mentioning, think about this. San Fran wins what, four, right?
in the
The
80s,
big
right?
in the eight, the Bears win one, the Giants win two, and the Redskins win what, three,
Three, they won it. They beat the Broncos. They beat the Dolphins,
right? And they
and
win
they beat the who else did they beat? No, they lost to the Raiders. Marcus Allen.
right, they lose to the Raiders. I
They
think
lose.
they do they win another?
I don't.
But
No, they
but
no they no they beat the Buffalo Bills in 91.
right, but between Allen's tremendous Super Bowl when he rushes for 191, right?
Yep.
The AFC don't win another Super Bowl until what, 90 what? Until Denver. The AFC
Denver
don't win
versus Packers. Denver
until,
versus
yes, the AFC don't win another Super Bowl until Denver.
yeah.
That's how bad the AFC was.
And the thing is when says bad, right? He doesn't mean bad in the sense that they didn't know how to play football. Like they were good, but in big moments they choke, bro.
The AFC was building offensive players,
Right,
while the NFC was building defense first.
right, right.
Because
Because
remember, back then, your top running back wouldn't go past four. So while the Giants are drafting LT, the Saints are drafting Rodgers.
right, right.
The Jets are drafting Freeman,
Yeah,
McNeil.
and he was a good running back too, bro.
Yeah, but that wasn't. You understand what I'm saying? Overall, the mindset of the two different leagues was different. One is
I
building defense first. One is going offense first.
right, right. And one could even say, one could say that has always been their mantra. The AFC, remember the old AFL?
Yes,
Throw it deep. Remember that? And then the teams in the AFC that embrace the NFC way of doing things became powerhouses, like the Oakland Raiders, like the 1976 Oakland Raiders, may be one of the best teams to ever suit up. But I think they lost. I think they may have lost to the Pittsburgh Steelers or something like that.
they lost
Right?
to Pittsburgh like 4 years in a row.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah,
five,
but
yeah, at least like 4 years in a row. They couldn't get by them.
right, but
If it
in the
was today, Madden would have got fired by them.
yeah. And that Pittsburgh team, that Pittsburgh Steelers team adopted a Tom Landry 4-3 defense, right? And the four down linemen they had, they gave them a nickname. They called them the Steel Curtain,
Steel curtain.
right? Right. And it was a cold, and the Steel Curtain was a Cold War term. You know what I'm saying, for what was going on in the Eastern Bloc countries or whatever.
Right.
Like everything was good till you get to a certain point. Once you got to that Russian Steel Curtain, where everything to a certain point just became the USSR, and it was just communist for the rest of the way. So yeah, man, the White, LC Greenwood, Mean Joe Green, and I always forget the other
They had
person.
they had oh God, his
I
name is skipping me. He had the mohawk. I remember him as a kid.
Yeah.
I remember him, but that was it. Between the Steelers,
Ernie Holmes. That's
Ernie
him.
Holmes, between the Steelers and the Raiders in the early 80s, that was it for the AFC for a long time.
Yeah, and there were teams too, though. Like the Cleveland Browns were really good. Like
They were really good, but they didn't have Cleveland wouldn't have done anything with those San Fran or Redskins.
they're what they
And they were good. Don't get me wrong. Hanford, Dixon, and
the other corner.
Biner and Mack. Both Biner and Mack had 1,000 yards in the season.
You remember Brian Sight, the Cardiac Kids? Brian Sight?
But those are like a few years before them. But just overall, the AFC I want to say they were kind of lazy. I want to say they were just kind of lazy and they liked the shiny things. And because if you look at that great quarterback draft that people said, the 83 draft or whatever,
yeah,
all those guys are getting picked by AFC teams.
Yep. Even the next year in '84, they were still picking quarterback. Yeah, it's kind of like what they're doing right now. Like some conferences, the NFC is in love with these young dual threat quarterbacks, right? It's kind of what they're doing right now. Caleb, the quarterback the 49ers drafted, he's now in Dallas. The Commanders have one. The Panthers have one. Yeah.
But here's the thing for me with that, and I know we veered. I'm sorry, Knicks fans, but you know how we do. We go on that.
No, because we're just going around the block. We coming back.
Right, and you're gonna draft a quarterback until you have the quarterback.
Right.
That's just my philosophy, because he is the most important piece up to the team.
Right.
But it's now, who do you trust to evaluate that position? Because when you get it wrong, Freezy, back then, it would set you back damn near 10 years.
Yep.
When you got it wrong. Because you would have that guy would be on your team like that broke piece of furniture that you just throw clothes on. It would just sit there. It would just be there for years.
The treadmill you bought.
Yes.
You bought that $1,400 treadmill and you don't use it, and now it's just in there.
Now it's extra hanging space.
You're right.
That's what it was like when you drafted the wrong quarterback back then.
Right.
Because you don't just cut him and get rid of him. He sits there and lingers and lingers. Now it's a little different. You can get from under them within 3 to 4 years, but that's still 3 to 4 years.
Like Sam Bradford. You remember Sam Bradford from the Rams?
Sam Bradford was hurt at Oklahoma.
Yes.
He was always hurt. But because he was accurate, and I always give him that, Sam was accurate, but Sam was like Sam was like the old guard.
Yep.
Bad feet.
Yep.
Can't get away. Great arm.
Right.
Accurate. Can't win with him.
Right. And that's the thing. And I'm gonna bring it back because I want to bring it back to the Jets real quick, but the thing with the Sam Bradford,
you want me to take my jacket off?
The Sam Bradford.
You want to see that 17?
You can't when you look to rebuild. Remember, Sam Bradford was drafted at the very end of the greatest show on turf, right? Remember, they were terrible, right? And they were terrible. They earned the number 1 pick, right?
Yes.
And so we draft Sam Bradford, but all the guys from the greatest show on turf, they were gone. Torrey Holt was in Jacksonville. Isaac Bruce retired. Isaac Keem was in Detroit, right? Marshall Faulk retired. Steven Jackson. I mean, that's Steven Jackson, the big running. Steven Jackson was somewhere. Steven Jackson was somewhere. Remember
I think that was his time. That's right around the Steven Jackson time.
Yeah. So Steven Jackson, and then remember they drafted Howie Long's son.
Right.
They draft Howie Long's son like number 2. They draft Sam Bradford number 1. They're trying to rebuild this thing,
but they suffer from winning a championship, and better yet, not capitalizing and winning another.
Yeah.
Because the greatest show on turf should have won at least 2 championships.
Well, you didn't know that Bill Belichick was stealing signs.
I didn't, and the world didn't, but I remember that game. I remember that game and how that was one of those games where you needed to go Marshall Faulk left, Marshall Faulk right, Marshall Faulk up the middle, Marshall Faulk, because they couldn't stop him.
Right.
It was just one of those games, and plus it was on turf, which Marshall Faulk was absolutely the greatest on turf.
Yeah, that it was set up for them to be.
But we didn't know that Belichick was at the beginning of his criminal mastermind career. When you look at it, Freezy, and people say, you're a hater of Tom Brady. I'm like, you can't separate the two.
You can't separate
because he benefits from the cheating.
Yes, he benefited because they got Carolina too. Because remember, Carolina was all
benefits from the cheating. And how do you know? How can you say, well, he was cheating against Philly, but he wasn't cheating against Carolina?
And see, that's the thing.
You see what I'm saying? Once you're cheating, you're cheating.
Yeah. And see, the thing about Carolina,
everything is tainted.
Yeah, everything is. And the thing about Carolina is Carolina came into the Super Bowl running all new plays. Right, Carolina had Deshaun Foster at running back. They had some running backs, and they wanted to run and do play action. But they came out against the Patriots in a spread type thing. Muhsin Muhammad had a 70-yard touchdown in that game. Right,
I remember some of them Philly from the Philly Super Bowl. Some of the Philly cats was like, look, it felt like they knew what we were doing.
Yep. Brian Westbrook. They bottled up Brian Westbrook. Remember the running back Brian Westbrook, the little teeny guy?
Yeah.
They bottled him up. But let me do my Jets thing just real quick. So my thing is about the Jets of that same era when you said the AFC couldn't get right. Teams like the Cleveland Browns, the New York Jets, and the Cincinnati Bengals had this thing of they could beat anybody on any given Sunday. It's just when they got to the moment, right? Don't forget the Jets made the AFC Championship game in 1983.
Oh, dear God.
Right? They made the AFC Championship game. And they got there and probably played the best game of their lives until the clutch moments of that game. Kicking or third downs. And they just couldn't execute. And it wasn't as if the Dolphins had discovered something.
They threw 5 interceptions in that game, Freezy.
I understand that. AD, that's not okay. All right. Okay.
You're not playing a good game after the second interception.
AD, can I speak to my point about the defense though?
Okay.
So that defense in 1983 may have been the greatest defense Jets fans have ever seen. May have been. You could say the 2006 the 2006 the can't wait defense. You could probably say that
wait defense is better.
Huh?
The can't wait defense is better.
Okay. Either way. But the New York Sack Exchange is in that conversation.
Okay.
Right. The only thing is your quarterback is from Alabama,
and he sucked in the big moments.
Yeah, your Alabama quarterback, bro. In that moment.
He sucked in the big moments.
But he had great hair, though.
He
had great hair, bro. That man.
I gotta go.
Yeah, I gotta
go. Let's leave it right there.
I gotta get out of here too, man.
All right. We don't know where this journey started, but once again, we know where it ended. It ended with you. Look for me and Freezy in the whirlwind. Garvey.
Bim. Yeah. Look out your window. Knicks fans is on your block. Y'all know the Knicks run the city. Pull them shades back. Look out your window. Look down there on the block. That's Knicks fans right there. It's about that time. It's about that time of the week where you get ready for your work week with a man that is so smooth he does not require a chaser. Your main man, the real Anthony D.